Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Village of Ruidoso regular meeting. It is December the 10th, 2024. It's 1 p.m. If you'll stand with me for a moment of silence, and I'd like to ask the Community Methodist Pastor, Dustin McEwen, to come up and give us the invocation. You can hit that microphone right there, Dustin.
All right.
Turn green.
If you would, join me for a moment of silence and a brief prayer. Almighty God, we thank you that in the midst of the darkness of this past year, the light is coming. We thank you for the women and men who faithfully serve this village and sacrifice their time, their efforts, and their service so that this village can grow and prosper. We thank you for the beauty of creation in which you've allowed us to live into. But we thank you most of all during this season for the coming of Christ. We pray that you would give wisdom and leadership and guidance to these men and women here so that this village can continue to be a beacon on a hill. We ask this in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
Remain standing for the pledge. Pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico, the Zia symbol of perfect friendship among united cultures.
All right. Thank you, everybody. You can find a seat. Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you.
I still see there's some folks that do not know the state pledge. Can I get a roll call, please, ma'am?
Mayor Crawford,
Here?
Counselor Eby,
Here.
Counselor Letterman,
Here.
Counselor Salas,
Here.
Counselor Hooker,
Here.
Counselor Jackson,
Here.
Counselor Corey.
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Could I get a motion for the approval of the agenda today, giving the chair the ability to move some stuff around?
Mr. Mayor, I move that the agenda be approved as presented and allow the chair to move items for discussion at will.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Jackson,
Aye.
Counselor Hooker,
Aye.
Counselor Corey,
Aye.
Counselor Salas,
Aye.
Counselor Letterman,
Aye.
Counselor Eby.
Aye.
All right, thank you, folks. We'll go ahead and run through the consent regular items, and I want to move over to public hearings because we've got George Williford online, and we don't want to waste any more of his time. Not that we're wasting yours, we just don't want to waste any more of his. So, item number one, approval of governing body minutes, November 12th, 2024, regular meeting. December the 3rd, 2024, workshop meeting. Item number two, approval of certificate of records destruction number 2024-005. Item number three, approval of purchase of two Vermeer VX 50-800 gallon hydrovac trailers utilizing Sourcewell contract number 16371 from Vermeer Mountain West in the amount of $180,097.52. Item number four, approval of EMS fund application for the Ruidoso Fire Department in the amount of $100,995, no cents. Item number five, approval of award of RFP number 2025-003P to Hub International for insurance broker services. Item number six, approval of request to schedule a public hearing on January the 14th, 2025 for the adoption of Chapter 54, Land Use Code of Ordinances rewrite.
Mr. Mayor, I move approval of the consent regular items as read.
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Mayor, if I may, real
Yes,
quick.
sir.
I just want to say before some of our water guys get out of here, last night I got to see them using one of those vac trailer things, and it was pretty amazing. And I want to publicly thank them again for their hard work. It was pretty interesting to watch that take place, so thank you.
Good job, guys, as usual. Okay, we'll move on to public hearings.
We gotta vote.
Oh, you have to vote.
Sorry, I messed you up.
Counselor Corey,
Aye.
Counselor Jackson,
Aye.
Counselor Hooker,
Aye.
Counselor Salas,
Aye.
Counselor Letterman. Aye. Counselor Eby.
All right, thank you very much. Item number 1, public hearings. Public hearing for ordinance 2024-07, an ordinance authorizing the issuance of the Village of Ruidoso, New Mexico General Obligation GO Bonds, Series 2024, in the aggregate principal amount of $1,500,000, no cents, for the purpose to enlarge, improve, and/or extend the production and distribution components of the village's water system, providing that the Series 2024 bonds will be payable from ad valorem taxes levied on all taxable property within the village. Okay, do we have anybody that's going to speak to this? Ron? I know Judy is
Mayor
online.
Crawford, members of the council, Judy is online. She's actually maybe a grandma today, or already is. Judy, can you hear us?
Yes, we're en route to the hospital, so it's going to be a couple more hours. But Mayor, this is just our annual GO bond issuance that was passed by voters this past March as part of our GO bond recycling project. We will issue 1.5 million in GO bonds. We did receive 4 bids with Pioneer Bank winning at a rate of 4.35. And I believe Chris Muirhead and George Williford are online if you have any other questions.
Okay, thank you. We had a slight echo there with you, Judy. We're all happy that you're going to have a new baby. And so if we could call on Chris Muirhead.
Yes, Mayor, members of the council, thank you for letting me join via Zoom. Had left Colorado yesterday and ran into quite a roadblock getting here. Just got back to Albuquerque a little while ago, so I appreciate the accommodation today. As Judy said, this is the continuation of the village's annual cycling of a GO program. The voters approved $3 million in March of 2024. This is the first issuance of that $3 million, $1.5 million for the water system improvements. It is a 12-year maturity with Pioneer Bank, callable at any time, so the village could redeem it at any point that it wants to at no fee or premium. Importantly, this is a general obligation of the village. It's paid with ad valorem taxes. It is consistent and structured the same as its outstanding, the village's outstanding debt, which goes back to 2013 when this program first started. Mr. Williford's here as well, and I think he can lay out the pricing, which was successful. I will just say the ordinance incorporates the pricing that George is going to go through, and this is your opportunity to approve that. And then we would move toward a closing in early January of 2025. Happy to.
Way to go, Yvonne.
Lost you, Chris.
Are you there, Chris?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, we lost you for just a second. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say I'll defer to George to pick it up with the actual terms, which I think you'll find important. And obviously, they're good terms, and George can take it from here. And happy to answer any questions about the legal structure, but it is consistent with what you've done over the past decade.
So just for everyone's information, Chris is our attorney that helps us deal with these matters. George is financial advisor. So George, you're up.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, and I apologize for having to move this up. Had a conflict with the latter part of the meeting, another meeting coming up, and then like Chris said, he just had a harrowing drive back, made it back to Albuquerque, but we had submitted a solicitation or request for bids to commercial banks back before Thanksgiving with the deadline for bids December 5th. And we received, as Judy indicated, 4 bids. Pioneer Bank was a 4.35%, which is the lowest. 3 other bids, Webster at a 4.68, Vectra Bank at a 4.79, and then Capital One at 5.75%. We were very pleased with this number of bids. Last year, we weren't able to receive this many, and the low bid in that case was a 4.83%. So this significant improvement in that. As Chris indicated, all the documents are being finalized for execution by Pioneer as well as the city. And Pioneer was very accommodating in that they'll make this, as Chris indicated, prepayable or callable on any date. So a lot of flexibility there. Closing is scheduled hopefully for January 14th, on which date the city would, or village would receive the full proceeds. And the structure is such, I've sent a 2-page summary which shows the structure of the issue itself. It's done so that it conforms to, as Chris indicated, the ongoing program for the water financing through GO, maintaining relatively equal levy requirements. But with that, I'd be glad to answer any questions you might have, and otherwise we would recommend approval by the council.
Mayor Cropper, members of the council, may I also speak on this? Is also, these are general obligation bonds that are dedicated for our water infrastructure projects. We will be awarding a project, and this is on the Country Club subdivision area next year, along with Water Trust Board funds. Once we're funded, we'll match them together and we'll work on another project. So it's all to upgrade our infrastructure and with water lines, our water tanks, and any other projects that we're working on. So this is great. This was voted on by the voters at the last election, and we'll continue on.
Okay, thank you, Ron. Okay, this is.
Mayor,
Yes.
if I could interrupt, this will not increase any property taxes. It's already a set 1.5 mil that was passed back in 2014 when we started the program.
Thank you, Judy. Okay, this is a public meeting, so we'll open it up to the public. Is there anybody in the public, either here in person or out in the world there, that would like to speak to this? Now is the time. You have anybody online? Okay, we don't see anybody, so we'll close the public portion. Does the council have any more comments?
No, sir.
None? Then I would close it and open up for entertaining a motion.
Mayor, I move approval of ordinance 2024-07, an ordinance authorizing the issuance of the Village of Ruidoso, New Mexico General Obligation Bonds Series 2024 in the aggregate principal amount of $1,500,000 for the purpose to enlarge, improve, and/or extend the production and distribution components of the village's water system, providing that the Series 2024 bonds will be payable from ad valorem taxes levied on all taxable property within the village.
Second.
Okay, any final discussion?
A comment.
Sure, go
Mayor, I'd like to piggyback off what Ron said. We appreciate you, the public, the voters that continue to vote these bonds in so that we can replace these water lines. And what was really important too, that we campaigned that we needed to add more fire hydrants in different areas of town, and we're starting to see that coming up with the upgrades as these funding are there. And just like Judy said, 10 years ago, when it was first introduced, I forgot what the vote, but it was an overwhelming for that water infrastructure improvement. So I thank you, public and voters, on that.
Ditto.
Okay, anyone else? Roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Counselor Letterman? Aye. Counselor Eby?
Aye.
Counselor Salas?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Jackson?
Aye.
Okay, awesome. And so we're going to move on. We have quite a crowd here, and we got a big cake outside, so we want to make sure everybody's here to at least get a bite of it. But
Yep.
so I want to make sure, A, do we have gloves and a knife and plates ready to roll? Okay, so could somebody make sure that happens? Okay, just want to check it out now. So if we could, I'd like to move on to public input. It's limited, and the Mayor Pro Tem here will give you a time limit, 5 minutes. So we have
2-minute warning.
I believe Marion Benavides. And if you would, just please sit there, make sure the light's green. Welcome.
I have a question. So we have 5 minutes, but a 2 warning?
2-minute warning. So yeah, as you get into your 5 minutes,
So,
he'll take,
yeah,
you
when
got 2
there's
minutes.
2 minutes left, I'll just give you a peace sign.
There you go.
Make sure, just press the button, it'll turn green.
There you go. Okay, thank you. First of all, thank you, board. Thank you for the job that you're doing. You're doing great. And I want to especially thank you again for the Pledge of Allegiance and the prayer. Only board meeting I've been to that does that, and that just, wow. My name is Maria. I've addressed these issues before. Number one, the speeding on Grove Street between Hemlock and Poor. A man on a wheelchair and his 9-year-old were hit. Another car went into my neighbor's yard, destroying their fences. My 9-year-old little girl neighbor was almost hit. A stop sign, a speed bump is really needed. And I don't want to say this, but I'm going to. A child is going to be killed. They walk to school and walk home. Number two, the spraying of poison chemicals in our skies. States are in the process of passing a bill to stop the release of toxic poisons and aerosol chemicals into the atmosphere for the unbelievable purposes of affecting temperature control, weather control, intensity of light. Those are God's responsibilities. The states Florida, Maine, Georgia, Connecticut, and more are on this bill. I think Nevada and Tennessee have passed this bill. God bless them. Under the state's government, we all know the bill will not pass. Our health, our well-being, and future of beautiful Ruidoso is threatened. Really, board. I see it, and I know you see it also. We all see it. I'm anxious to see clouds again, Father's clouds, not man clouds. Our trees, our pets, people with pulmonary issues, my health. Board, let's push for accountability, more testing. The risks, we just throw this out without testing, without research. More research. If you all can make an impact on our state, and I know you can, on our state that's slowly being destroyed in many ways, wow, please stand up. Step forward, and others will follow. It only takes one to rise. Others will follow. I've seen it. God have mercy on us all for the destruction of his skies. And I really feel strong about these two things, board. My husband has contacted the police department with the issue on Grove Street, and they have been putting out those machines that test how fast the cars are going, but 35 miles through that street is too fast because of the height, the little uphill, and the curb. They're speeding, and then when they see the kid there, the car, that's where they slam on the brakes or hit the fences or the wheelchairs. Thank you for your attention. God bless you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that was the only one we had. That's unusual, but, and we'll take that under and we'll start looking into it. We'll go into mayor reports and presentations, and then after we get through with this, then we'll break and have some cake. So wanted to first jump to the retirement plaque for Chief Joe, and I have to say, Joe, this is probably the nicest one I've ever seen. So we actually spent some money on it. So I want you to come on up. Joe, this is Joe Kesabowski. We want to honor him for his service to the village of Ruidoso as emergency manager, and then as fire chief from October 2017 through 2024. So if you guys would all stand, and you want to come on up here? Where's your wife? Brenda, yeah. So you get the fancy little container.
Oh, that is pretty.
Yeah. And I think you got some family here too. Yes, my dad. You want to come on up? So this is where the Kasabowski came from? And your brother? And your son?
Aw.
Well, come on up. And, Brenda, we can get some video here too, and we can send it all to you, because don't you want to be in the picture too?
Yeah, come.
So, happy retirement, Chief Joe. Thank you for your years of service you have given to the village of Ruidoso. Your tireless work, ethic, and professionalism has been an asset to the village, and for that we say thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, good luck in your future endeavors. You will be missed this December. He actually ends at December 31st, 2024. So thank you, Joe.
Yay.
Made it through COVID, McBride fire, and then the salt fires and the floods and everything. So we appreciate everything that you've done. So this is yours, and we'd like for your family to come up so we can get a picture.
Come on.
But we owe you a debt of gratitude, and
Yeah, a few words.
we're going to have a speech here.
Well, I'd like to thank everybody for the opportunity here in Ruidoso. I'd like to thank my wife for putting up with the years of service. I've worked for the government for over 30 years, so she's put up with me doing that for over 30 years. I'd like to thank my family for supporting me in the endeavors. I'd like to thank the council, the mayor, and Ron as village manager for supporting the fire department and the emergency management department. All my guys in the back, we got some promotions coming up today.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
So they've done a great job protecting this village and the surrounding area and surrounding states. So I just thank you for everything everybody's done.
Well, we appreciate that. Would you like to introduce your family?
Got my wife Brenda,
Yes, everybody knows Brenda.
brother Danny,
Hello, Danny.
my dad Wayne,
Wayne.
my sister Anissa,
Lisa.
my son Adius,
Adios.
my daughter-in-law Ashley,
Hey, Ashley.
and my daughter Bella.
Y'all want to get together? And those of you who don't know, Joe and Brenda lost their house in the fire, so they're in the process of having to rebuild. You get it, Yvonne? Okay, then we'll post this. All right, well, thank you very much
Thanks,
and
Joe.
for your service. And we don't get to see the dress blues that often. Yeah. And so if we'll hang around just a little bit, when we get through with some of the promotions, we'll all go out because we have, here, you want to stick this back in the fancy box? Thanks, Joe. Thank you. He was here for quite a while before I learned how to pronounce his last name. It was just Joe K.
Okay.
Congratulations, Chief. Well deserved.
So now then, we want to recognize presentation of some new employees, and then we'll go into promotions. Joaquin Hees III, there he is, Parks and Rec Maintenance Tech. We're glad to have you, a big department. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I just moved here to Ruidoso right after the fires in El Paso. I have experience with Texas State Parks, El Paso City Parks. I'm happy to be here and start a new life here in Ruidoso.
Well, we're happy
Welcome.
that you're here. You're a brave man. Thank you. Bianca Vega, Finance. There you go.
Hey.
Hi there, how are you? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm originally over from Blackhawk, and I followed Jenny to the side of Ruidoso. Went ahead and moved in the area, so I've been total years working in government, about 13.
Well, we're tickled to have you. I know their loss is definitely our gain. So thank you for being here. Hopefully you
welcome.
have a long tenure here. Anson Kazi, Solid Waste. Hello, young man. Heavy equipment operator. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I'm originally from Montana, moved down in 2009. I live on the Mescalero Apache Reservation, at Mescalero. Just been doing a little bit of heavy equipment, semi-driving, all that.
Well, we're glad to have you.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you very much so. Appreciate it. Gina Corliss, Executive Administrator.
Yay.
She may have the hardest job here. I don't know. She works in the office with myself and Ron and Michael. Michael's at a meeting today. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Gina.
I come from the last 5 years, I was doing some contract work with some state agencies, and I think it was probably time to get into the public, and so here I am. Happy to be here.
And her husband is a retired firefighter.
Yes.
I had to come here because he was home.
Yeah, that's it. But we're glad Gina's here for sure.
Yay.
Rhonda Mag at the Ruidoso Convention Center. How's that spell your name? Did I say your name right?
I don't know, I couldn't hear you.
Mag? Mog. Like smog. Mag. I watched the King Under the Mountain. I know how to spell. Stand up, tell us about yourself. She's over at the convention center working with Bernadine and my wife and others.
I just moved here in September, 1st of September, from San Juan County. I worked San Juan County
Oh, nice.
for a couple of years as their fairgrounds manager. So it's basically doing the same thing I do, just on a smaller scale a little bit. And so I'm a little excited about less stress. This will be okay.
Well, welcome.
And you got married here, didn't you?
I got married at the convention center in October.
Well, we're tickled to have you.
Yeah,
Thank you for
welcome.
being here. Okay, now we're going to move into promotions, but before we do, we want to get our new fire chief. I saw him come in. Where you at? Come on up here, sir. Since this is your hand. I had to wake him up. You know, he's always awake.
Don't forget the CDL guys right there.
Yep.
Somewhere. Did you lose them?
No, they're right here.
Okay.
Kate.
So if you would like to, we're going to talk about, this is our new fire chief. Once Joe Kasabowski is exit stage right, you get to go do whatever he wants to. He's already said that every day Saturday.
Yes, every day Saturday.
Is that right? I don't know, Joe.
It is.
Yeah, we'll see. But he's still welcome to come around here anytime. But we want to talk about the promotions that we have in the department. And so if you would like to start off with Will Green. Will Green was promoted to fire captain, will be effective 12/15. Congratulations,
Yay,
Will. Come on down. We've had our eye on Will for a while. And just like the rest of these guys during the floods and fires, they really put themselves out there.
It's Will.
So we're real proud of you, Will. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. You bet.
Congratulations, buddy. Thank you, sir.
Justin Mize, promoted to fire captain, December 15th.
Fire lieutenant.
Fire captain.
Oh, he's not. Oh, okay.
Oh, he's not going to be here?
My bad.
Justin's sick? Okay, we'll just hang out here a minute, Will.
Yes, sir.
And then Quade Hall, promoted to fire lieutenant.
Yay.
No relation between Chief Hall and Lieutenant Hall.
Good job, Clay.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yep.
Yeah, we got a couple of sets of halls here in town, so congratulations. Thank you. Just hang out here a minute, Quade. And then Jeff Miles, promoted to fire lieutenant.
Yay.
Congratulations, Jeff. So this is a group of your first responders, folks, and you've seen how they just really,
Thank you.
and congratulations, have always provided for us so well in times of emergency, and so we're just continuing to build on the legacy that Joe and others have started. Is there anything else you want to say, Chief?
Just some fine men that we promoted, and
Yes.
we'll look out for every single person in this town and for your property, and if there's anything that they can do for you, they'll be happy to do it.
So thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. Yeah. Thanks, Jeff. And then next, we want to talk about CDL completions. And we're so happy with the relationship that we have with ENMU. Today's times, it's very difficult to get people with, certifications, water levels, whether it's at the water treatment plant, levels 3 and 4, or wastewater. They're hard to get. You have to use a lot of the gray matter, and it takes a lot of time, so we're appreciative of that. Another area is CDLs, where you're able to drive the heavy equipment. So we have a partnership where we work out with the college, and so we have 3 graduates, and we like to acknowledge these folks. Jay King, stand up there, Jay. Congratulations, Jay. Lance Dale.
Hey, Lance.
Herman Nunez.
Yay.
Congratulations. Thank you, guys, and they're the guys that over at White Mountain Sports Complex. And so if you were out there and you hear them, it was a little rough in the beginning. I was watching. Some cones got ran over, some people yelling and whatever, but before it was over with, you guys did a great job, so we're very happy to have you in here. Jerry, you got anything to say?
How about retirement?
We do. I'm waiting on it.
We're not wanting him to retire.
Well, the whole thing of it is
maybe
that-
he'll change his mind.
That's what I was asking you, Jerry. You got anything else to say? Well, I mean, you're going to come up here. Well, this is the boss of the department. And so he's losing one of his longtime guys that's been here, been dependable,
Yes.
been through everything, and they're all leaving one at a time, Jerry. And you're having to get new folks in here. But one of the things that and it's a tough job. Everybody wants to know, especially during the times when Christmas, the holidays, short-term rentals, everything's full. The slash that's picked up, and people marvel that come from outside the community on how you guys get it all done. And this guy is one of the main reasons that you're able to get a lot of this done. So Charlie Chavez.
All right, Charlie.
Everybody knows Charlie by his cowboy hat. Sincere appreciation for your dedicated years of service with the Village of Ruidoso. We hope that you enjoy your well-deserved retirement, October 1999 to November 24th. Thank you, Charlie.
His wife
Appreciate it. Go get a picture and turn around. So, Jerry, say a little something about Charlie.
We've been together a long time. We watched each other's kids grow up. It should be me here. But we've been friends a long time.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, I hate to see him go.
Yeah, we do too.
We do too.
Charlie, you want to say something? Now's your chance. All the paychecks will keep coming in no matter what you say.
His wife is here too.
Oh, is your wife here? You want to come on up? Yes, come on up. You had to put up with a lot of the early mornings.
Oh.
Very early mornings. And
This is my wife, Chris. Yeah, and thank the village for the opportunity to work here all these years. Thank you. It's been a privilege.
Well, thank you. You've been through a lot of mayors and council, and you've stood it all the way through.
I've seen a lot of people come and go.
Yeah, Charlie.
Thank you so much.
One more. It was the last of the old timers. Me and him and one more.
Well, we appreciate everything that you did and everything that you had to put up with, but the village has been much better for you, and I can
Yes.
tell you, we get compliments all the time on the department, on what you guys do and how you do it, always with a smile, the other things that you do and have done. So we appreciate everything that you've done, Charlie.
Thank you.
Thank you. So now then, I think it's cake time. Is that right?
Yay.
Proclamation, Mayor.
Let me see, is that on the same one?
Yes. Item 5.
Good to see you. Thank you so much, Charlie.
Yeah, and while we're all standing, we're going to go ahead and do a proclamation.
Yes.
And so I want you to come on down, Frank. Everybody know Frank Potter. He's his own institution here in town. I'm surprised we don't have a road named after him.
Yeah, we
He's
will.
also the municipal judge, and he has written a poem that we read every year at Christmas. And that's just one of the things he's done. He's been so instrumental in helping us with the Wingfield House, the Heritage House, where we're talking about the history of Ruidoso, Lincoln County, everything from geology to the indigenous folks and to how we got here and who we are today. So, but the judge wrote this some years back, and we just want to put in a proclamation today honoring Judge Frank Potter and his poem, Christmas in the Mountains. Whereas the village of Ruidoso is a community of exceptional beauty and spirit, made even more remarkable by the contributions of its residents, including Judge Frank Potter, who has dedicated years of his life to the betterment of our village. And whereas Judge Potter has faithfully served Ruidoso in many roles, including as a much-loved Midtown business owner, village manager, village council member, and currently as municipal judge, embodying, thank you, the heart and soul of our community. And whereas Judge Potter's poem, Christmas in the Mountains, eloquently captures the essence of the holiday season in Ruidoso, painting a vivid picture of Yuletide in the mountains. Whereas luminaries light the way, the message of Christ resonates beneath the pines, and the sight of a humble manger calls us to prayer and reflection. And whereas Christmas in the Mountains inspires a spirit of togetherness, compassion, and gratitude, reminding us to celebrate the birth of Christ, to hold those less fortunate in our hearts, and to find strength in one another throughout the holy season. And whereas this poem is a testament to the unique charm of Ruidoso and its sacred connection to the surrounding natural beauty, weaving together the spirit of the season with the essence of our village. And whereas the governing body of the village of Ruidoso recognizes the profound impact of Judge Potter's words, which resonate with all who call Ruidoso home or hold it in their hearts, and wishes to acknowledge the significance of his work. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the governing body of the village of Ruidoso hereby honors Judge Frank Potter for his lifelong dedication to our community and his heartfelt creation of Christmas in the Mountains, a poetic treasure that embodies the spirit of our village. And be it further resolved that the governing body of the village of Ruidoso hereby proposes the adoption Christmas in the Mountains as the official Christmas poem of our village, symbolizing the beauty, unity, and faith that define Ruidoso, and directing that this proclamation stand as a testament to Judge Potter's enduring legacy. Proclaimed this 10th day of December 2024 in Ruidoso, New Mexico. Lynn Crawford, Mayor. Congratulations.
Yay.
I'll tell you what, that was written better than I could ever write anything. This is basically one of the 60 poems I've written. And what inspired this is Elizabeth and I had been out to Church of the Nazarene and went through the Walk Through Bethlehem program that they had. And it takes me about 10 minutes typically to write a poem. So I came back and wrote one about this. It just hit me, and then it's been, as I've kind of put it out there over the years, trying to give it to Ruidoso, it's been really well received. But this year, with everything that Ruidoso's been through and all of the hard work, and believe me, I know what the mayor and the council and the people and everybody's been through here. When I put the poem out this year, they started, when they would respond to me, they would put love in there. Love, a lot of love. And I thought, that's pretty strong. It is. I mean, this town, and I should have brought a poem that I wrote. It's called Dwell in Unity. It's a gospel poem. And that's what Ruidoso is going through. We're dwelling in unity. It's just amazing what has happened to this community, and I'm so proud of this, and I'm so proud of you guys and everything you've done. And this is something else, I'll tell you. This really touches my heart. I appreciate it. Love every one of you.
Thank you, Judge. If you don't know Frank, thank you, Betty. You need to. He's done so much, and just we touched on a few things that are in there, but he's really a treasure on all the things he does know. And he never fails. If you ask him a question, he will share it with you. And you almost get a PhD by the time you're through with the conversation. This is lovely wife Elizabeth right here. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hey, Elizabeth.
And then you got the little one there, Bree. But Elizabeth, it's a family that serves the community together. She runs the backpack program for the kids. Y'all have all heard of that. That's no small thing. And then she serves as a co-chair on the Wingfield House. Anyway, the museum, it's got a long name as long as my arm. But it's truly a family that we could all look forward, and emulate, that we could be better for this community. And really, they are the fabric of people just like them of our community. So we appreciate everything. So if we could take like a 20-minute recess and let's all have some cake.
Yay.
All right.
Good job.